We are going to be installing the LSA. It appears to have no meow meow in them. Will this car start and will it run? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video on my written off VF Club Sport R8 LSA build, and in this video we are going to be installing the LSA and the whole drive line into my new VF Calais V shell. So as you can see, that is it back here. It is ready to get the drive line, but first I'm going to cut back into a few clips from the other day. We installed the rear cradle as well as some BC Gold coilovers. I'm looking back at the footage now and I was having troubles with my SD card, so I'm not sure exactly how it went or whatever, but I don't know if I filmed an intro, don't know if I filmed an outro, I can't check on this camera, and I'm not at home. So anyways, let's get into installing the BC Gold coilovers and the LSA rear end, as well as a few little bits at the back, and then we're going to cut back into this clip, and I'm going to show you exactly what we have in store for this LSA. We finally have the LSA arse end in with the BC Gold coilovers up there in the rear. We're going to adjust the height a little bit later. We're not going to do it right now, but another thing I should point out, that if you're going to do an LSA rear conversion, the thing that pretty much stops you is, I'll get a light here, the way that the handbrake mechanism here actually is located. So it sits on the back here on an LSA, whereas your normal SS or whatever will sit up there, and then obviously the way that it's sitting on the back here gets in the way of the wheel well, because the wheel well sits right along the back side of the diff. So if you're going to do an LSA rear conversion, you're going to have to put a flat floor in it, and it had VE LPG stickers on it, so I'm assuming if you want to cut corners, it's a VE LPG rear floor, not anything HSV.
This is not a real HSV. This is a VE. VE from the other car. This car's also now a VE.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow. A full acoustic then too. But anyways, it's in. So now we can go to bolting the rear coilovers up properly, because they're just loosely in there. Tighten it up, and then we can start chucking the exhaust shields on, the tunnel shield over the fuel tank, and chip away at doing the front coilovers as well. Little dancing man there. So yeah, then a bit of but anyways, again, enough talking, more doing. So there we go. The Calais has all four wheels on and both front and rear subframes in. So let's get this LSA in. And as you can see here, we have some X-Force goodies and some VCM goodies. So X-Force have jumped on board as well as VCM, which they've done heaps for this engine. I know that I did say it already had a full 3-inch system in it, but things that old, it's not that old, but I just like fresh stuff, and had the opportunity to get a whole fresh new system for this build, and everything else is fresh, so why not? It's a 1 7/8 inch header and a full 3-inch catback exhaust. It's going to sound nice and mint. I love how X-Force exhausts have absolutely aced their systems with every single car. I literally use X-Force on every single build, recommend it. Price wise, it's great, and they always just sound awesome and on point. A few other systems out there, but it's just excessive with how much they cost, and really power wise they're going to make the same thing. I know header lengths and whatnot do make a difference in sense of built motors, but for a system that's off the shelf, you can't beat X-Force. So anyways, we're going to be chucking the driveline in with VCM OTR on, as well as this full X-Force exhaust system, and I'm super keen. So I'm going to stop talking because I've got a long day ahead of me, and we're going to start putting everything in the new Calais shell. Oofed. So there we go. The LSA is in. We're just buttoning up a few things with the wiring wise. And I'll lift it up. We'll start putting the box together and whatnot, and then kind of just work our way forward, because we've got to put the front end on, and there's a few things for the supercharger cooling system that needs to go on as well, and a few little brackets in certain places. So anyways, we're going to chip away at this, and then we're going to come back to it. Pretty well getting there. Got the box in, converter bolts all tightened up. We've got the tail shaft and all the cooler lines from factory. So if anyone wants to say this is a mock-up, at least it's done properly. It's got the cooler in the diff that runs all the way down to the front of the car, and then has its own little cooler in the rear, in which we are going to grab now and put in now while Josh is here. And then we can get into installing the full exhaust system and whatnot. So it's getting there. I'm keen, and it's starting to look like a car and take shape a little bit. Josh keeps saying it's a mock-up in the background.
It's a mock-up. I know best, it's a mock-up.
No, you are a mock-up.
What?
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get back into it. We are pretty much complete in the front end. Myself and Joshua here got a little bit carried away. We were trying to work out how everything went back together, because there is a lot going on in these LSAs in the front end with, you know, all the water pumps and everything like that. And I think I just noticed something that I need to do. No, I didn't. I did that. And yeah, we've left the top of the radiator loose, so when I do the OTR, I need to move that forward anyway, so I'll leave those off with the brackets there in a safe spot. But we are getting there. There's just a few other little things, but now it's time to get these headers in. Now, again, X-Force supplied me with a new full system, and I've also noticed something else that they gave us as well, which I've never seen before. Usually you have to buy this, but we have the headers here, and then it appears that we have extra pipes that have no meow meow in them. So, what do you guys reckon? Do you reckon I should put no meow meow? Josh, what do you reckon? No meow meow or meow meow?
I think you should put the meow meow because it is against the law to not put the meow meow. Do not put the meow meow, break the law.
Clay won't change you. I am doing the no meow meow. Illegal. I think the no meow meow everyone's going to like better. But anyways, if you know, you know. If you don't, well then I guess you don't. and you're not going to find out. But got the full system laid out on the floor, and we're going to be putting it on from the headers and making our way to the back. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to chuck these headers on, maybe call it a night after that, and then tomorrow I can do the rest of the system and the OTR because they're not too hard to do. So, and we don't need two people. We don't need this tall giraffe, ranger, freckly white dude.
Very mean.
Here.
You know what sucks? I can't fit under this car when it's on the hoist. I'm like a little hunchback Michael Wazowski.
Show everybody your build. One sec. Stand back. Your arms are like Michael Wazowski.
Yeah,
anyway, let's lift this thing up and let's get these headers on. The full system is in. Again, 1 7/8 inch quarter headers. Then it comes down to the 3-inch cat back system. I still need to adjust a little bit, and obviously I'm going to wait to adjust the rear section from when the rear bar is on, but trying to get everything aligned. I need an extra set of hands to, you know, reset this and have it properly so I can put that little brace that they supplied, because at the minute it's touching that and you can kind of see with your eye it's on the piss slightly. So I need to unbolt everything, have a few sets of hands to adjust everything correctly, and I also need some new rubbers because these are done for. So I'll order some new rubbers. They should come tomorrow and we'll adjust that and make that all nice and neat. But for now I'm going to drop it down and going to install the VCM OTR. Have a go at this. This is one of the cleanest OTRs on the market, and I'll say it 1,000 times over. I absolutely love these things. I've put these on so many builds of mine and so many customers and mates' cars as well. It's honestly a product that I keep going back to, and honestly, my thoughts, is the best on the market. Looks the best, sounds the best, and yeah, bang for buck, definitely worth it. Comes with these infill panels as well, so it makes it all nice and clean up top and hides a fair bit of a little bit of mess there, cleans up the engine bay nice. VCM send you a fair bunch of brackets, so it's super sturdy, super supported, and that's what you want. You also do get a MAF harness conversion, and you do get an air temp sensor, and yeah, another hose as well, some clamps, and obviously the bit that is going over the throttle body. So this combined with the VCM snout, I'm super keen. As you can see, the VCM snout now, in my last video I would have said they sit on a 45. Now it is pretty much bang straight, but not bang center. But you go to this, and this comes in their kit as well, and that is perfectly lined up for a straight bit of gear to go on it, which in my opinion honestly looks 1,000 times cleaner. Let's get this thing on and let's see how it looks. Oh my days, this VCM OTR looks absolutely hot, and I cannot wait to hear that nice LSA supercharged whine through this bad boy. It's directly in front. I can hear it right now inside my head, just going nuts. So Huge shout out again to VCM for supplying us with that, with the snout as well. It looks absolutely tops, and it's not going to just look tops, it's going to perform absolutely awesome. These things do make good numbers on the dyno, in which you will see in the next video, I believe, or maybe the following video after that. We'll just see how we go for time and structure. But you're going to see this thing perform and everything with this whole combination from VCM engine-wise, with this snout and this OTR. This thing is going to be able to breathe so much better. And not just that, cooler intake temps as well. So we can sort of back-to-back this thing without it heat soaking like most supercharged or turbocharged cars do. So we've got the exhaust done, the engine's in, whole driveline is ready to rock. Everything is pretty well together, ready to turn key. Now, before we turn key, I do actually have to program everything to this car to be able to start it. It's not like, you know, a pre-VE where you can just bang everything together and it will start, it will talk to the BCM, no dramas. It's sort of kind of like VATs with the old cars in a sense, security, but also you have to program the ABS module to the new BCM. You're going to program the steering rack to the BCM. You're going to program everything to the BCM for it to work and talk, and you know, that's just technology for you these days. We do have the Holden program, so tomorrow hopefully I'll get on to doing that, and hopefully we can start this bad boy. So I am also going to be putting some brakes on it before we do that, because obviously you have to push the brake to start this thing, and I don't want to push it with no brakes on it and put fluid everywhere and ruin my wheels. So we're going to get some calipers on tomorrow night, and we are going to hopefully start this thing. But we'll leave the video here for now, and yeah, see you tomorrow. And we have some freshly painted calipers from Kurt at Meyer Design. He gave me these because he's respraying his GDSR mock, and these are freshly painted, so I may as well chuck these on now. Excuse the blue. Somebody on the internet with the mock-up GDSR Calais previously decided blue was a very great idea to paint calipers on a GDSR mock. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, but you don't see it anyways. It's been painted professionally, it's been painted good, so it's going to look better than what was on there. You guys would have seen it was all faded and it had seen better days. So it was either me spend another $500 to get it painted, or get these off Kurt, in which he offered to me. So it made sense because he's painting his anyways. What's the point in paying twice and sanding back perfectly fine calipers? Now I'm going to jot these things on quickly, so I guess we'll see you after they are installed. Have a go at the freshies. These things look absolutely banger. I know it's on the Calais body still, but that'll be changing in the next episode because we'll be putting the interior and exterior stuff of the HSV on, and it will really make these new red brakes pop. I want to give a shout out to Kurt from Meyer Design for hooking us up with those fresh calipers. So they're on, they're all bled up. That is all working. So again, thank you, Kurt. I appreciate you, mate. And now we move on to the next thing. Will this car start and will it run? Pete, my boss, has been programming this thing all day. As you can see, I've got a power cable running in there, and a power cable off the battery too, so it doesn't drain it and kill it. It's been a very long process. He went to add the old VIN to the car, and something I didn't tell you guys as well is the old VIN was completely wiped from the BCM ECU and all that, and they actually put the VE VIN off the car that the other car that they stole and put the tags on this car. They programmed quite literally everything to that VE VIN. So these guys were dumb enough getting caught and stealing the car and not realizing that data dot is what's going to catch you out in the paint. But they literally programmed everything: ABS module, power steering rack, the ECU, the BCM. Every single module in that car was programmed to that VE VIN, including the head unit. It's pretty insane. LS Extreme actually got flagged on their end because we tried to access a car that had previously been stolen. They called us, we gave them the details or whatever. He let us gain access to a lot of the modules through the program that they use. I'm not too educated on the program side of things, but they were going back and forth and they gained us access to this car. Now they are confused as to how the hell they got a VE VIN working on a VF, especially an LSA car. No idea. So we had to get rid of that BCM, chuck it in the bin, and use the original BCM from the Calais here. Reprogram absolutely everything to the Club Sport VIN, and now we are finally getting somewhere. I'm going to crank this baby, and I'm going to show you guys what we are at in this stage of this car. So as you can see here, we got a lot going on, but as you can see as well, we have a cluster working. It is there, and I'll show you guys what happens when we start her up. So that is what happens at this point, and as you guys will see in a short second here, a service theft deterrent system. Now this is not allowing us to start the car. So as you can see, it cranked perfectly fine. We're all good in that department, but I need to buy a fuel module adapter for the fuel pump. So that is in the boot here, located under the battery. I have bought that, and I'm just waiting on that now. So won't be here for a few days, guys, and obviously won't be able to be in this video. So we're gonna have to cut it here. And before we cut it here, I do want to give a massive shout out to everybody again that has helped me out with this thing. You guys all know who you are. I appreciate you all so much. Honestly, I wouldn't be at this point in this short of time if it wasn't for those guys. And I wouldn't be filming all of this and going to all these lengths and efforts if it wasn't for you guys too at home. So a huge shout out to you guys. I appreciate the love and support as always. You guys honestly motivate me to keep at the videos and keep you guys entertained. It is very straining and it's very tiring, but this is something I enjoy doing, and I get a lot out of you guys enjoying it too, and you guys are really loving the VF series. So unfortunately we're gonna have to leave the video here, guys, but in the next episode we're gonna be putting the full HSV Shaboodle front to back, so it's finally gonna be looking the part and like a complete car again. And then we'll be getting it sent off to get tuned and whatnot. So by the time we have the kit on, whatever, sometime next week, we should get that fuel anti-theft pump module, whatever the hell it is, in the back there, in there, so we can start on tuning it and getting the idle right, and then we can take it to the dyno and get it all tuned up. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you put those post notifications on too, so you don't miss out on the next episode and future episodes on this VF and all the other builds we have going on here on GAMBIN.BUILDS. So again, guys, thank you, and as always, we'll catch you in the next one.